Kate McAlister to just step up and explain what's going on here at the ACT Digital Hub. Gungahlin is very fortunate to be one of the early release start sites for the NBN, and that entitled Gungahlin to put forward a proposal, well not Gungahlin, but the funding was made available for these digital hubs to be set up. I'll ask Kate to explain what they are. And we've been very fortunate to secure one for Gungahlin through the work of the ACT Library Service in particular. It's a remarkable space. It's actually only half the size we're in now, and some really great things happening. So Kate.
Thank you very much, and welcome everyone to the ACT Digital Hub. I'm very aware that people have been talking at you for quite a long time, so you might need to wriggle around. But please feel free to jump in and ask questions at any time. I'm live and interactive. I have to also say that I'm very proud to be here today because I'm actually from Young. I'm one of those people that left my hometown and was educated in Canberra, so being here at a forum that represents both Southern Inland and ACT is very exciting for me. My name is Kate McAlister, and I am the project manager for the ACT Digital Hub, which we're in now. I didn't prepare a presentation because everything about the Digital Hub you can see it's around us here. So I'm employed by Libraries ACT, and we've been given funding from DBCD to deliver training in digital literacy to the community. We're targeting those that don't have access and addressing the gap that's been created by the digital divide. So we teach in this very room, and as we said, it's just this half of the room. Anything from setting up email, demystifying social media, cyber safety, online banking, and how to do that securely, access to government services, anything using tablet device and downloading apps. So really enabling people to participate in that digital economy that we've been talking about today. Just a couple of examples. We've had one gentleman walk through the door who had never used the internet before. After just 4 to 5 sessions, he went from searching Google to then using a tablet device, setting up his email so he could contact his family when he was going on a camping trip, to then owning his own tablet device, connecting to Wi-Fi, and then taking that off happily, and while researching his favourite pastime, which is woodworking. So they're the types of success stories that we're talking about. Another one is working with a lot of ESL groups that exist in the library and giving them access to the NBN, talking about the NBN and what it's about, but also giving them access to the devices and technology and skills that they can use to, again, participate. The NBN is here, it's in this very room, and I will let you all access it and test the speed, which is also very exciting. We had a launch event in February this year, which was attended by many dignitaries, including Senator Conroy and the Ambassador for Japan. We did a bit of a video link up with a school in Japan, and that was all very successful. So I suppose all of you are interested in knowing what the Digital Hub consists of. Essentially, we have a couple of PCs that sit here in the background, and people can come and use those at any time. We have a fleet of iPads and laptops. We have a smart television and some gaming consoles. Essentially, that's it regarding the technology. We're trying to keep it very consumer-facing, so it can be anything that people can take and use in their home very easily. So we conduct sessions that are both group and one-on-one, and yeah, they've proven both successful, but especially the one-on-one sessions because we can tailor them to individual needs. So the way we work actually is an example of telework. Because I work for Libraries ACT, there are 9 branches throughout the ACT. Gungahlin here is the newest. It was opened in May 2011, and the Digital Hub opened here only 3 months ago. The rest of our headquarters is in Lynham, which is closer to the city. So I work essentially between there and here, but also spend a bit of time out in the other library branches. We have a small team of library staff and volunteers who work in the hub, and the way that we communicate is through all of the cloud-based sort of open source software that's available. So we share emails, calendars, rosters, and also with our other counterparts in ACT Digital Hub, ACT Government and the Digital Communities Project, Gavin and Mick. We talk regularly, again, using this type of software. So any questions that you'd like to ask us about that, we'd be happy to share that with you. But it does save us a lot of time and energy. As you know, commuting around the bush capital, it's, as we said, it's a big country town with a lot of satellite centres, and to get from Gungahlin here down to our branch in Toggeranong can take 40 minutes. So as you can see, that's quite a huge part of your day, and you could probably be in somewhere like Goulburn or Yass in that time as well. Yeah, that's basically it. As I said, I'm aware that you've been sitting here for a really long time now, so I'll wrap up. Yeah, basically what we're seeing is it's an evolutionary process, not revolutionary, but evolutionary process. I like what Mick said earlier when he said he's had to reteach himself how to work in this new information or digital age, and I think that's what we all have to do, be constantly learning and embrace that sort of problem solving and creative nature of our work in day-to-day day-to-day activities. And yeah, at the moment we're constantly assessing and adapting to the needs of the community. As you know, it's an ever-changing landscape. But essentially we're dedicated to delivering essential skills in digital literacy. So thank you, and as I said, I'd be happy to answer any questions about the Digital Hub and how we've got it set up.
So yeah, thanks Kate, and it is exciting. I've every time I've been to a Digital Hub, and I've visited mine in Armidale a few times, so you can't help but get swept up by the enthusiasm of people who've actually had the light bulb moments and they get it and actually start to do things in a different way. Look, so thank you again for your time today. Thank you for Kate for letting us steal the Digital Hub for a little while, and for our invited speakers. It's been a pretty stimulating morning, and we'd like to thank you by feeding you some morning tea, and Robert is the gatekeeper for that. So thank you all. Most of us will be around for a little while yet, so if you've got any questions, please feel free to bail us up. I'd like to also acknowledge Richard Everson from the RDA Southern England, who did a fantastic job in pulling this all together, so well done.